Under the blinding lights of Milan Fashion Week, in a hall saturated with prestige and precision, a moment unfolded that defied protocol, expectation, and silence itself. It was not a runway slip, nor a celebrity faux pas. It was a deliberate, calculated gesture by Mr. Lee, executed in full view of BTS's Jin, that left the entire audience at Gucci the Tiger frozen in stunned disbelief. What compelled Mr. Lee to make such a bold move in front of one of the most influential figures in global pop culture? Was it a symbolic act, a coded message, or the beginning of a seismic shift in the fashion world's power dynamics? The incident occurred precisely at the crescendo of the Gucci the Tiger showcase, a segment reserved for the brand's most daring and avant-garde expressions. Jin, seated front row in a tailored ensemble that echoed both restraint and rebellion, had just exchanged glances with several high-profile attendees. The atmosphere was electric, yet controlled, until Mr. Lee, a figure known for his strategic silence and calculated presence, stood from his seat, walked directly into the spotlight, and performed a gesture that no one could immediately interpret. It was not theatrical nor flamboyant. It was subtle, deliberate, and unnervingly precise. A single hand movement, directed toward Jin, followed by a pause that seemed to stretch time itself. The room did not erupt. It did not applaud. It did not whisper. It simply stopped. What was the meaning behind Mr. Lee's gesture? Why did he choose that exact moment, that exact positioning, and that exact audience? Theories began to circulate within seconds. Some speculated it was a signal of endorsement, an unspoken invitation for Jin to ascend into a new echelon of fashion influence. Others interpreted it as a challenge, a test of Jin's composure and readiness to navigate the uncharted territories of high fashion diplomacy. But the most compelling theory suggested something far more intricate, a covert collaboration between Mr. Lee and Gucci, with Jin as the central figure in a campaign that had yet to be unveiled. Jin's reaction was equally enigmatic. He did not flinch, smile, or recoil. His expression remained neutral, yet his eyes betrayed a flicker of recognition, an acknowledgement that he understood the weight of what had just transpired. That micro-expression, captured by dozens of lenses, became the focal point of analysis. Was it surprise? Was it affirmation? Or was it the realization that he had just been thrust into a narrative far larger than himself? The audience, composed of industry titans, cultural critics, and global influencers, remained silent for several seconds after Mr. Lee returned to his seat. It was not confusion that held them, it was reverence. Something had happened. Something that could not be undone, ignored, or dismissed. The fashion show continued, but the energy had shifted. Every subsequent model, every garment, every beat of music was filtered through the lens of that moment. In the hours that followed, social media erupted with speculation. Clips of the gesture circulated with captions ranging from "the beginning of a new era" to "Gucci's silent revolution." Analysts dissected Mr. Lee's body language, Jin's micro-reactions, and the positioning of the cameras. Was this orchestrated? Was it spontaneous? And most importantly, what did it mean for Jin's trajectory in the fashion world? Jin, known for his measured public persona and strategic engagements, did not immediately comment. His silence only amplified the mystery. But insiders noted a subtle shift in his interactions post-event. He lingered longer at the venue, engaged more deeply with select designers, and was seen in close conversation with Gucci's creative leads. Was he negotiating? Was he being briefed? Or was he simply absorbing the magnitude of what had just occurred? Mr. Lee, equally elusive, offered no clarification. His history with Gucci is storied but discreet. He is not a designer, nor a publicist, nor a celebrity. He is a strategist, a figure who operates behind the scenes, shaping narratives and orchestrating movements that ripple across industries. His decision to act publicly, and in such a symbolic manner, suggests a shift in strategy. No longer content with subtle influence, Mr. Lee appears to be initiating a new phase, one that places Jin at the center of a global fashion recalibration. The implications are vast. If this was indeed a signal of collaboration, it could redefine the relationship between K-pop and luxury fashion. Jin, already a global ambassador, could become the face of a campaign that transcends aesthetics and enters the realm of cultural diplomacy. Gucci the Tiger, long known for its thematic boldness, may have just staged a moment that will be studied for years, not for its garments, but for its gestures. But there is another layer, one that remains unspoken. Was this moment also a test? A trial designed to measure Jin's readiness to navigate the complexities of influence, symbolism, and silent power? The fashion world is not merely about appearance. It is about perception, positioning, and presence. Mr. Lee's gesture may have been a gate, and Jin's reaction the key. Observers noted that the energy among the attendees shifted dramatically after the incident. Conversations became hushed, glances more frequent, and the air thick with speculation. Designers whispered among themselves, stylists adjusted their notes, and executives recalibrated their strategies. The moment had not just impacted Jin, it had redefined the entire event. ARMY, Jin's global fanbase, responded with a mixture of awe and anxiety. Some celebrated the moment as a coronation, others feared it signaled a departure from the familiar. The emotional stakes were high. Jin is not merely a celebrity. He is a symbol, a vessel of collective aspiration and identity. Any shift in his trajectory reverberates across millions, and yet, the question remains, are they ready? Is the world prepared to witness Jin not just as an artist, but as a cultural architect? Is Gucci the Tiger merely a fashion show, or has it become a stage for geopolitical symbolism, artistic evolution, and silent revolutions? The silence of the moment continues to echo. Mr. Lee has not spoken. Jin has not clarified. Gucci has not issued statements. But the world is watching. Every frame, every gesture, every silence is being interpreted, reinterpreted, and archived. The tension surrounding the incident has not dissipated. It has metastasized. Fashion insiders now refer to it as the gesture, a term that encapsulates both the mystery and magnitude of Mr. Lee's action. Editorials speculate whether Jin's presence at Gucci the Tiger was more than ceremonial. Was he being inducted into a new role, not just as a muse, but as a co-architect of a cultural movement? The absence of clarification only deepens the intrigue. Every silence from Jin, every non-statement from Gucci, every lack of follow-up from Mr. Lee is being interpreted as intentional. The fashion world thrives on ambiguity, but this moment has transcended ambiguity. It has become doctrine. And as the days pass, the question intensifies. Was this a beginning or a warning? The audience may have been silent, but the world is not. The ripple effect is global, and the epicenter